rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
All right, there we go. Finally, what's going on? Finally, man. Okay, let me get this thing. No, where is it? Is that it? No. Is that it? No. Is that it? Is that it? No. Let me edit this thing here. What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. Finally, I think we're close to getting it the way I want it to look. Welcome. I had it set a certain way, everybody, and then now it's not doing what I'm asking it to do. So let me change this background because it's not vibes and stuff. It's Blorange Tears. It's the Knicks at Night podcast. Do that. Bim. There we go. Just working on. You know what? Let's just rock. Vinny Vegas, what's good? Kerry Cox is in the building. King Ribby, what's good? I see you. David L is in the building. Mega, what is good? I apologize about technical difficulties, man. The more you try to make stuff, improve stuff, man, the more you realize, let's just kick it. Let's just kick it, man. Trini from Harlem is in the building. What's good? Jarvis LaFleur is in the building. What's good? Kerry Cox, the son of the legend, is in the building, everybody. I just want to try this thing one more time, man. I think we're close. We had it rocking last night, and then all of a sudden, Jeremy is in the building. What's good, man? We had it last night, man, and then now it is okay. How about we just do that? I like this one. How about we just do this? All right, welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. I need something to get me up and energetic because I got a lot of stuff that I want to talk to y'all about as usual. Maybe we'll start with right. So our Knicks are in a good spot offensively, defensively. We're the second-rated defense in the NBA. I know you guys have a lot of things that you want to talk about individually. Also, maybe we can start with this. After what you've seen from Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and Jalen Brunson, do the Knicks really need a superstar? Do the Knicks need a superstar to help us get to that next level, or do we really just need time to grow organically? Continuity is what they call it. Do the Knicks need a superstar? In my mind, that's a difficult question to answer because it depends on your perspective. Right? It depends on your perspective. In my mind, if we're staying this course, I say yes, the Knicks absolutely need a superstar. Right? Somebody that can get us over the hump in trying moments. Is Randall a great player? Yes. Is Brunson a great offensive player? Yes. Is RJ a great two-way player? Yes. Is Quickly a great bench player, role player off the bench? Yes. Do you need a Superman for your Justice League? Do you need a Superman for your Justice League? Or can you win with Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and the black guy? I keep forgetting what the black superhero's name is. I keep forgetting what his name is. Metroid or something. I don't know. Whatever his name is. Cyborg. Even if you get a superstar, can you win with Tom Thibodeau? Even if you get a superstar, can we win with Tom Thibodeau? And if you can't win with Tibbs, right? If you can't win with Tibbs, then why keep him here for a superstar? I mean, why keep him here and you know a superstar? He can't win with one. And then if you need the superstar, what superstar fits? What type of superstar do we need? Do we need an old superstar? Somebody that'll probably be cheaper than what you think. Do the Knicks need a LeBron James? Do the Knicks need a LeBron James? That's a very interesting name to bring up, right? Bring him in a couple of seasons, get you over the hump, make you more attractive, and now your discourse is reset going forward. That's interesting, right? Well, what do you give up for a LeBron James? I'm not sure. What I will tell you right now is I believe the Lakers look terrible. Right now, the Lakers are 3-5. They've lost 3 in a row. Is that the type of risk you're willing to take, LeBron James? And this seems astronomically ridiculous on the surface. On the surface, it seems astronomically ridiculous. But you know what? So does the pursuit of Joel Embiid. It's ridiculous. You know what else? So does the pursuit of Giannis. It's ridiculous. A pursuit of Jokic is ridiculous. And so if you can't get those type players and you're still paying premium prices, the pursuit is ridiculous. Right? What are we actually talking about? So if we were talking about if the Knicks need a star, do you go get an older star or do you go get a young star? if you're the Knicks, do you really even care? Get one in the building, right? Get one in the building. So if you know Jokic is going nowhere, Embiid is going nowhere, Giannis is going nowhere, then what do you do next? What's your next move? Do you grow organically and hope somebody currently on the roster develops into a superstar? Do you wait for somebody on the roster to develop into a superstar? Because if you are who you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear, right? But with all the big names theoretically out of reach and practically out of reach, do you go back to your original crush, LeBron James? I laugh and maybe some of the old timers can help me with this. Old timers, you remember that girl you met in high school? Y'all was like 15 or 16 years old. You met her and you really liked her, and it was going to turn into something. And then something happened. Maybe you moved away, right? Or maybe she moved away, right? And then 40 years later, you see her at like a class reunion, right? Look exactly the same. In your mind, you picture her exactly the same. You're at your 40-year reunion and you see her. She looks exactly the same, except with gray hair. And you see her and y'all start showing pictures of y'all grandbabies, you know what I'm saying, and all types of stuff. It's that crush that was there in the very beginning, right? And then now it's like all these years go by, and then you see her 40 years later. This is what I'm likening to the LeBron thing. Sure, we couldn't get him in 2008. We couldn't get him in 2010. We couldn't get him in 2014. We couldn't get him in 2018. Right? But now things are different. The Knicks are not a pimple-faced little kid anymore. The Knicks are not a pimple-faced kid anymore. Now we have resources. We kind of look attractive a little bit. And LeBron, for all his greatness and goatness, is coming back down to earth. It happens to us all. Magic Johnson in 1996 was a power forward coming off the Lakers bench. Michael Jordan retired as a Washington Wizard. You get where I'm going with this? If the Knicks want a star, a superstar, a megastar, a star that impacts beyond the court, they have to consider all options. And I know what everybody wants to say. I know when I was thinking this thing out on the way here. Right? I know what everybody wants to say. Initially, when you first heard me make the throw this thing out there, it's just a thought, by the way. It's just a thought, by the way. But I know what everyone wants to say. At least I think so. I think I know what the majority of you want to say. Uncle Freezie, it'll never happen because of the politics of NBA basketball. LeBron is clutch. Leon is CAA. Some relationships just don't cross business lines and barriers. And what I'm going to say to you as a fan that's constantly being bombarded by narratives, fake arguments, and things of that sort is Father Time humbles everyone, including a Knicks franchise that has not been relevant since 1999. And wasn't even relevant then. They were lucky then. We're talking about a Knicks team that hasn't been relevant for 30 years. For some of you watching, you have never seen a great, sustained Knicks franchise. You have not. If you are 40, right? You probably have only seen a snippet of what a great franchise could be. And I understand that everything we talk about on the internet and these airwaves and all of that stuff, I understand that everything, we can't believe or trust everything we hear. And so for that reason, I give you fodder for you to make up your own mind. I'm not trying to pull you one way or the other, right? But what I'd like to do, though, in this platform that we have, is cater to the free thinkers and those that have conviction. So when you hear me say LeBron to the Knicks, don't think of it as a me creating a narrative. Think of it as me continuing to add layers to the conversation. Something for all of us to talk about, right? Something for all of us to talk about. Because here's the thing. The Knicks are not getting Joel Embiid. Stop. Don't be a guppy, right? Don't be a guppy. Don't be a guppy to ESPN thinking if you wish hard enough, if you eat enough vitamins, if you pray long enough, that Giannis will be a Knick. It's not happening. Don't think if you buy enough rabbit feet and open enough fortune cookies and roll the dice enough and chase rainbows that you're going to get Joel Embiid. You're not. It's not happening. And don't think that a team with a superstar is going to trade their superstar to the Knicks. Knicks fans will be out here saying, well, we have enough to get Anthony Edwards. No, you don't. You don't. Man, SGA would be perfect next to Jalen Brunson on NBA 2K. But Oklahoma City's not trading the Knicks. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Well, what happens when the Phoenix Suns dynasty goes down? First of all, they don't have a dynasty, and no, they're not going to trade Devin Booker to the Knicks. Denver is not going to trade Jamal Murray to the Knicks and break up their dynasty. And the lower you get on that superstar star rung, the more you appreciate the thought of maybe potentially chasing LeBron. Salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. No, Orlando's not going to trade Paolo Banchero to the Knicks. No. San Antonio is not going to trade Victor Wembanyama to the Knicks. No. Get used to Quentin Grimes. Get used to Mitchell Robinson. Chicago is not going to trade Zach LaVine to New York. Sacramento or Indiana was not willing to trade Tyrese Halliburton to the Knicks. The Pelicans are not going to trade Zion to the Knicks. Portland was not going to trade Damian Lillard to the Knicks. Minnesota is not going to trade Karl Anthony Towns to the Knicks. It's just not going to happen. So what do you do then? Are you going to go to Chicago and overpay for Zach LaVine? Hey, Chicago, we'll give you RJ and Quickly and 3 or 4 first-round picks for Zach LaVine. No. Dolan will fire them on the spot. No, New York. Boston's not going to trade you Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. It's just what it is. The idea of a LeBron to the Knicks should be further or closer to your radar than what the common Knicks fan thinks about. If you are entertaining the weird idea of OG Anunoby to the Knicks and don't consider LeBron, you're nuts. If you're considering a Brandon Ingram trade scenario in your daily Knicks life and don't consider LeBron, you're nuts. That's the weird place where we are. In the Gotham paradox is what I call it. Do you wait for one of the Knicks to become Anthony Edwards? Or do you trade for a superstar? Do you wait for RJ Barrett to become SGA? Or do you trade for a superstar? It's interesting in that when you look at us for who we are, and if we're waiting on a star to be born out of this roster, if you're waiting for a star to be born out of this roster and believe continuity will win us a championship, then this conversation, what I'm saying right now, might not be for you. Because if you believe, if you are who you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. Quickly's here. But if you feel like this team needs a star, a mega star, to get them over the top, then you have to make the move. You can't sit on your hands. You cannot be passive in your hunt for a star. Because the things are different, right? There's a thing called a star search, right? And a star hunt. All a star search is searching for a star. There's no activity after that. When you find them, your search is over. When you find the star, your job is done. You found your star. You searched for them, you found them. That's it. That was your job. Search. Right? But what about acquiring a star? What about acquiring a star? And while I'm on either side, I wanted to ask you guys this to get your opinion, right? Do the Knicks stay the course? Keep all the draft capital? Just draft guys, draft guys, draft guys, draft the Knox, draft the Obi, draft the Quickly, draft the Grimes, draft the Frank, draft the RJ, and then pray for one of them to hit? Or do you combine those draft picks and go get something that you know is a star? What do? Do you take those draft picks and draft Obi and Grimes and Quickly and Jericho Sims and Rokas Jokabitis and Deuce McBride and RJ and Mitchell Robinson and Kevin Knox and Frank and Jerry and Grant and Tim Hardaway Jr. and pray that one of those guys will hit and become a franchise player? Or do you take those draft picks and go get a guy? Bona fide, proven. Oh, and Porzingis. That's right. That's right. Porzingis also. I forget Porzingis. My bad. Porzingis too. Do you keep drafting Knox and Porzingis and RJ and Frank and Damian Dotson and Mitchell Robinson and RJ and Ignas Bresdakis and Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin and Grimes and Sims and Jokabitis and McBride and Trevor Keels? Or do you take those picks, package them together, and go get a star? And based on what decision you make, whether it's left or right, up or down, red pill, blue pill, black or white, whatever you want to call it, option A, option B, whichever side you're on, I'm not judging, right? You be on whatever side you want to be on, right? But if you feel like you need to go get a star, then I say consider all options. Do you consider all options? Or do you limit yourself? With all these resources, do you limit yourself or do you go for broke? When I look at the top of the Eastern Conference, right now, as I look at the top of the Eastern Conference, I see Philadelphia, Boston, Indiana, Milwaukee. Philly has a Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. Boston has a Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis. Indiana is probably much like us. They have one or two good players, but not a great player. When I look at Milwaukee, I see Giannis and Dame. I see Atlanta. I see a team just like us. 2 or 3 really good players, nobody that's going to jump out on the radar. When I look at the Western Conference, I see Denver with a generational talent. I see Dallas with a generational talent. I see Golden State with a generational talent. If you're the Knicks, are you secure or comfortable? There's that word, comfortable. Are you comfortable with your roster? And while I know it's difficult for front offices to make major moves, you've been tasked that assignment. That's your job. So depending on what side of this you're on, you have to make a very, very, very cautious or aggressive decision. Do you wait for RJ Barrett to become a top 10 player in the NBA? Well, you've waited 4 years for him to be good. Are you going to wait 4 more years for him to be great? And then are you going to wait some more after that for him to become top 10? No knock on RJ. RJ's a good player. Love RJ. But to Knicks fans that watch this rigmarole every year of at least we're not terrible, do you get fed up? Or do you trust the process? There's going to be one side that's going to say trust the process, give the organization time to build. These things take time, and that's fine. If that's your stance. If you're okay watching teams like Orlando build right in front of your eyes, if you're okay watching teams like Indiana rebuild in 2 years, then I'm okay with you feeling that way. And if you're in that group where you feel like it's not fair to the fans that we have to sit through so much mediocrity, go get a star to help us get to the NBA Finals. If that's your stance, right, then hey, man, do you. But I'll ask you this though. Are you one of those fans that are tired of buying your team jersey of a mediocre player? Are you out here buying Jalen Brunson jerseys and he ain't even an all-star? I'm asking. Are you tired of buying RJ Barrett's jerseys and he's not even an all-star? If you're a Knicks fan, are you tired of always having to go on Fanatics and buy Pat Ewing jerseys? No matter what the jersey looks like, you have to get a Pat Ewing jersey because Pat Ewing is a Hall of Famer. Right? You know how they say wear your jersey to work day, and you wear your jersey to work, and people ask you, like, who's number 5? And you know who number 5 is. That's our guy. That's our man's. But the international work culture, they don't know. They don't know who number 5 is. They don't know who number 6 is. They don't know who number 11 is. Are you not at that place where you want a globally recognized jersey? I'm willing to bet a LeBron James Knicks jersey would be the top selling jersey in the NBA. I'm willing to bet almost. I am almost willing to bet, almost, not really there though, that a LeBron James Knicks jersey would be the top selling jersey in the NBA. I'm almost willing to bet that a Jason Tatum jersey would be the top selling. A Jason Tatum Knicks jersey would be the top selling jersey in the NBA. A Luka Doncic Knicks jersey would be the top selling jersey in the NBA. Or we could continue on the course of continuity. You could be a diehard fan and rock your Josh Hart jersey to work that day, that Friday. Friday is wear your jerseys to work day. Oh, sweet, sweet. I have the Josh Hart City Edition jersey. And your boss from out of town, say your boss's boss flies in from Tulsa and he sees a number 3 Knicks jersey. He thinks it's Starks. And he went, no, this is not a Starks jersey. This is Josh Hart. And he's like, oh, it's okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Really? Bro, you really wore a Josh Hart jersey to work on wear your jersey to work day. Hey, if you're hardcore, I'm hardcore. Man, look, I'm as hardcore as they come when it comes to these Knicks and Mets and Devils. I'm as hardcore as they come. Right? But even I understand that at some point the Knicks may have to consider the move. The Knicks may have to consider the move. the Knicks may have to consider trading for a guy. And listen, I love the Knicks right now as they are, but as okay, I see my guy Keith Turner is in the chat. What's good, man? Audi 100 is in the chat. Hotline Bling, what's good, man? IKBM Dre is in. Oh shoot, I was in a certain space, man, so I wouldn't even. Jet Life for Life is in the building. What's good, man? So depending on what side of this thing that you are on, I don't judge. Whatever side you are on, stay on that side, right? I'm not trying to pull you from the left to the center, and I'm not trying to pull you from the right to the center. What I do want to offer, though, is food for thought. At what point do we feel like we are too good to explore an acquisition of LeBron James? At what point are we really that good? We are really that confident in ourselves that we wouldn't consider an acquisition for what some people call the GOAT? It wasn't too good for the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards signed Michael Jordan. My man came down out the booth and got a jersey. Where we at with it? Where are we at with it? Because here's the thing. You're not getting Jokic. Stop it. Pinch yourself. You're not getting Jokic. You're not getting Embiid. Pinch yourself. You're not getting Giannis. Stop it. Stop it. You're not getting Giannis. Stop it. You're not getting a young star from another team. What idiot franchise is going to trade an up-and-coming Anthony Edwards to the Knicks? We got to relax. San Antonio's not going to trade us Victor Wembanyama. The Pelicans aren't going to trade us Brandon Ingram. Toronto, if you think Toronto is going to trade us anyone after we took them to court over nonsense, you think Boston's going to trade us Jason Tatum? You think Dallas is going to trade us Luka Doncic? You think Phoenix is going to trade us Devin Booker? You think Sacramento is going to trade us De'Aaron Fox? But then the thought of a Knicks fan turning up their nose at the possibility of even thinking about LeBron James has me baffled. Right? We could only get 2 second-round picks for Obi. Right? We could only get 2 second-round picks for Obi Toppin, but yet we think we could just go out on the open market and get Giannis. But the thought of us kicking the tires on LeBron James has us thinking, I don't want LeBron. I don't want the GOAT. The GOAT is 38 years old. I'm just saying. Where are we as a franchise where we start to get nitpicky about superstar level talent and the cachet that they bring? I mean, are we really sitting here thinking that the Miami Heat are going to trade us Jimmy Butler? Is that what we're thinking? Is that what we're thinking? Maybe if we take our vitamins, if we pray every night, if we chase waterfalls, if we follow rainbows, if we count our lucky stars, if we open enough fortune cookies, somehow the league MVP will choose us and demand a trade here. Hey, I just looked at the chat, man. As soon as I looked at the chat, I see the ridiculousness, right? So I wasn't looking at the chat, right? Because I was trying to keep my train of thought. As soon as I look at the chat, look what I see. This is what I see right here, right? We don't need Giannis. I'm not even gonna read the rest of it. But that tells you where Knicks fans are. When a team says they don't need Giannis, it's Stockholm Syndrome. It's Stockholm Syndrome, man. We don't need Giannis. We don't need Giannis. And for that reason, the same people that say we don't need Giannis will also be the same people that say that this team is only going to win 43 games. It's a group of people that say we don't need Giannis, but then will say this team is only capable of winning 43 games. And it makes you question their thought processes. Not saying they're crazy, but they have a separate reasoning that's set apart from everyone else. We don't need Giannis, but this team will win 43 games. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So we don't need Giannis, but this team will win 43 games. I'm just saying. And so I guess you guys are gonna ask me. What side of this am I on? Do I want the red pill or the blue pill? Am I on the right side or the left side? Am I on the red side or the blue side? And quite frankly, I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not trying to make a convincing argument for either side, right? But I do want to make a compelling argument for us to consider making progress. Do something. Doing nothing is not a solution. I don't know as a Knicks fan, I don't know if I am ready to I don't know if I'm ready to get into that mode of sitting back and letting things come to us. I'm more of an aggressive risk taker by nature. Do something. Being in the middle is not an option. Having your car in park or in neutral should not be an option. Hey, did Sherwin put some? I have something. I have a couple of things going on. I read one of Sherman's comments. Did Sherwin put another comment in the chat? I want to, Sherwin, did you put another comment in the chat? In fairness to Sherwin, I want to make sure that you know what I'm saying, I'm being fair to you guys. I don't want to make it seem like it's a okay. All right, so I moved some stuff around here. I moved some stuff. Okay. So in fairness to Sherwin says, do you think Giannis will make us a better team? We will have to give up Randall, Mitch, Brunson, and 5 first-round picks. No, Sherwin, I think you're missing the point. You're not getting Giannis. It don't matter how many first-round picks you got. Giannis ain't coming here. You are not going to get a prime Giannis. You're not going to get a prime Embiid. You're not going to get a prime Jokic. You're not going to get a prime Zion. You're not going to get a prime Victor Wembanyama. You're not going to get a prime Anthony Edwards. You're not going to get a prime Jason Tatum. You're not going to get a Steph Curry. You're not going to get a prime Jaylen Brown. You're not going to get a prime De'Aaron Fox. You're not even going to get a prime Anthony Davis. You're not going to get a prime Devin Booker. You're not going to get a prime SGA, right? You're not even going to get a prime Mikal Bridges. You're not. These players are off the table. You're not going to get a Brandon Ingram. No, you're not going to get a Trey Murphy. No, you're not going to get a Zach LaVine. It's not happening. Our money can only get guys like Kyle Kuzma. Our assets can only get guys in odd fits like Kyle Kuzma. We can only go get guys like Jerry Grant. And if we get Jerry Grant, we're going to pay Giannis type assets for Jerry Grant. You're not going to get a prime Anthony Edwards. Paul George was on the table and we thumbed our nose up at it. I ain't gonna pay Paul George no $40 million. And yet you are paying Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, and Evan Fournier $39 million. I'll never pay Paul George $40 million, but you paying Fournier 19. Josh Hart, you're paying $24 million a piece for okay, so it's like $33 million. So you're paying $33 million to dudes off the bench. What? What are we talking about? In what universe does it make sense to keep Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, and Evan Fournier, but not trade for Paul George? Hey, Sherwin, you can't get these dudes. They just signed extensions. You can't even get these dudes because they signed extensions, and that's not getting either one of them. McDaniels just signed for like $130-something million, bro. Just saying. The pipe dreams are over. The pipe dreams are over, man. As realistic Knicks fans, we should be thinking ahead. We should be thinking ahead, right? Like on one side of the table, you could play the continuity card. The Nova boys are coming here to save us in a lot of situations. DSJ is in the building. So what do you do? Do you believe? Do you stay with continuity? If that's your stance, then okay, I'm cool. I'm being respectful. Like for instance, if you want to grow organically with RJ and Quickly and Brunson and Randall and Mitch and Grimes, if you are who you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. Because Grimes is here. Quickly is here. Emmanuel Quickly is our secret star in the making. He just needs time, right? Rome wasn't built in a day, right? If that's the side you're on, that's okay. DSJ is in the building. And listen, I know DSJ is in that. I think I know DSJ fairly well, right? I think I know DSJ fairly well. And I understand that DSJ wants to be patient, right? Don't give away don't clear out the cupboards to go get a star, right? DSJ is in that mindset where keep everybody here, right? Grow organically. And if it takes somewhere between 2 and 7 years to get there to a point of contending for a title, then okay. I don't fault that man for that. Respect. Right. But then there are others. That'll say, hey man, you only live once. Every year the NBA gives you 2 more draft picks. Every calendar year, you get 2 more draft picks from the NBA. And we're hoarding draft picks like we won't ever get another one. Every calendar year, the NBA gives you 2 more, or 1 in the first and 1 in the second. And we're hoarding these draft picks like that little creature that's like, my precious. Right? My precious little draft picks. Knicks fans are in Middle Earth hoarding draft picks. Hoarding draft picks. All right. Now that I have LeBron off the brain, I want to move on and talk about something else, man. DSJ, every time I think about the draft picks, bro, I think about that little creature from that movie. My precious. Like the NBA will never give you a first and second round pick again. The Knicks are out here hoarding draft picks like they'll never get another one. They're holding draft picks like there is a superstar on a roster waiting to break out. But if you are who you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. Oh boy, our future media. That's it. Schmiegel. Oh boy. Start the Leon Rose Schmiegel memes right now. Oh boy, start the Leon Rose Schmiegel memes right now. I might have to start putting them out there right now. My precious protected first round picks from the Wizards. My precious. DSA says that's why Smeagol only cares about that ring. Knicks fans want to hold that Larry O'Brien trophy and call it my precious. No. So I have two topics that are on my mind, and I want to talk to you about either, but I don't want to talk about both. And so I'm gonna ask, and then I'm gonna monitor the chat. Y'all let me know which topic you want to talk about. Topic number one: Mitchell Robinson deserves to be an NBA All-Star and in the Defensive Player of the Year hunt. Topic number one: Mitchell Robinson should be considered for the NBA Defensive Player of the Year and have some layer of all-star buzz. And I'm not talking about a starter or anything like that. I'm talking about Mitchell Robinson being in the conversation. He should be considered. That's one topic. Mitchell Robinson in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation and potentially, maybe, probably should be in all-star consideration. Nobody's saying he is the league MVP. Nobody's saying he should even be an all-star. We're merely pointing out that he should be considered, talked about in the MVP. In the all-star conversation. That's one conversation. That's one topic. The second topic, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Are there politics going on in MSG? Is Emmanuel Quickley's minutes being suppressed so his market value can come down? Is Josh Hart playing more than Quickley because the Nova boys have more say than the OG Knicks? And you know the OG Knicks: Mitch, RJ, Quickley, Randall. Are there politics going on in MSG between the Nova boys and the OGs? Pick you chat. Y'all choose your topic. Should we talk about Mitch being an all NBA defense guy, or talk about politics in the garden? Y'all let me know. Sherwin, it's either or, bro. It's either or. Which one? Choose one. Let us know. Sherwin, lead the way, bro. Lead the way, Sherwin. I'm calling your name for. I'm calling you, Sherwin. I'm calling your name for a reason. Should we talk about Mitchell Robinson finally getting the respect he deserves, or should we talk about politics in the garden? Sherwin, never mind, bro. It's one or the other, Sherwin, one or the other. I'm gonna have to, Sherwin. If not, I'm gonna have to pick out another OG in the chat and get their opinion. It could be you or somebody else. I want it to be you. Pick one. Should we talk about the politics in MSG or Mitchell Robinson finally getting his respect? I saw politics. Y'all let me know. Chat, let me know. Mitchell Robinson getting his respect or politics in the garden? DSJ says Mitchell Robinson getting his respect. Y'all let me know because I feel like the Mitchell Robinson thing is more compelling. But the more I mention the Nova Boys versus the OGs and Emmanuel Quickly's market value being suppressed due to Knicks politics, and for all the organic fans out there that say we shouldn't trade for a superstar, this was your chance to stand up and support the organic growth. This is your chance. For all the you know the fans that feel like it's a family affair, you want to grow it organically, this is your chance. So I'm gonna give it a few more moments before we decide on which way we want to go, whether it's politics in the garden or Mitchell Robinson deserves his just due. I'm leaving it in y'all hands. Because whichever one we pick, we're gonna rock for about an hour about it anyway. We'll pick one and we'll set the other one to the side. So right now, is it politics in the garden or is it Mitchell Robinson getting his credit? All right, drip more. Okay. All right. Oh, I was just about to start talking about Mitch, and then Trini said politics. I was just about to start talking about Mitch, and then Trini came in and said politics. So I think it's a tie. The next one I see, I'm gonna just go with that one. I mean, I ain't gonna wait here all night. I'm gonna just somebody. The next one I see, Drip Moore is in the building. So the next politics or Mitch thing I see, I'm just gonna go with the next one, whichever one shows up first. Bam! Okay. Okay. All right. There we go. Oh, you're too late. Hey, you too late. You too late, man. Y'all came in right after each other. Okay. So we'll talk about. Oh, look now. Y'all coming in and talk about Mitch. It's too late now, bro. It's too late now, man. It's too late. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the supreme. Maybe we'll talk about Mitchell Robinson deserving. I was giving y'all a chance. DSJ, let me ask DSJ. DSJ, you still in the chat? D Block is in the building. Yo, I'm gonna ask DSJ. DSJ, should we just do it, split it down the middle since it's so close? Or should we just take a hard stance, one topic and the other will wait? Let me see if I can find something that can help us. I'm gonna see if I can find something to help us, and then that way we can rock, right? Y'all pardon me for just a second, okay? I'm gonna see if I can find something that can help us. All right. Okay. Let me see. 3 0 0 0 set and start. All right. So I have something that I think can help us. Right? So I have something that I think can help us. All right. Hold on. Hold on, Uncle Freezie. What are you doing? Share this. Oh God. It was working and then now it's not working. I mean, let me clear that. Push this up here. And start. All right. There we go. Now we have a timer, right? Right. Okay. So we'll talk about Mitch. I got a timer on the screen so that we don't run over. In fairness to both topics, we'll just give both equal opportunity. So we'll speak to Mitchell Robinson first, right? Here's the first thing I'm gonna say about Mitchell Robinson, right? Bully in the building. What's good, Bully? The first thing I'm gonna say about Mitchell Robinson, and I don't know if everyone will agree, but you should. Mitchell Robinson, over the last calendar year or so, has been wildly underrated as a player. Mitchell Robinson, over the last calendar year, has shown a level of maturity that we're not used to seeing from Mitchell Robinson. And not saying he's a baby. That's not what I'm saying. Right? I'm not saying he's a baby. Right? What I am saying is Mitch seems to have developed to be more mature as a person. Right? Mitch definitely is a more mature person, right? I don't think any of us can dispute that. Right? Mitch is definitely a more mature person and player over the last calendar year. Right? Now, what does that mean exactly? Right? I think with that Corey Lee is in the building. What's good, y'all? I think what that means is the things that used to get to him and bother him don't, and the things that are important in a team concept he values. Right? Mitchell Robinson over the past 2 seasons, in theory, has come into the season in excellent shape. Rebounding takes energy. Rebounding takes energy. You have to have it. Right? And to be an offensive rebounder, you have to have insatiable energy. You have to have insatiable energy to be a dominant rebounder in this league. You have to have it. And what Mitchell Robinson has proven over the last calendar year is that he is probably the most well-rounded defender on this team. Probably. Right? Because not only does he defend his position, he recovers and makes up and erases the mistakes of others. Mitchell Robinson dominates at his position. You saw it last night with him guarding Victor Wembanyama. You saw it Friday night against Plumlee and Zubats. You saw it the other day against Brook Lopez. Mitchell Robinson, defensively, is the most well-rounded defender on our team. He blocks shots. Right now, I think he's 7th in the NBA in steals. I'm just going to check one more time before I want to make sure I'm accurate on this, because I think he's 7th or 8th in the NBA in steals, I think. I'm going to go to defensive leaders really quick. And right now, Mitchell Robinson is 5th in rebounding. Right? He's 5th in rebounding. He is. Oh, wow. He dropped. Okay. He dropped. Mitch is tied for 22nd in steals right now with 1.5. Okay. So at one point, he was way up there. Right now, he's not. And he's nowhere near the top in blocks either. So he's averaging a block per game. I think that's pretty good. Means he doesn't get tested. Mitchell Robinson is the anchor of our defense. Mitchell Robinson is the anchor of our defense. I want to make a case for Mitch, though, being an all-star and a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. Right now, the Knicks are... Let me go back here. Let's see. Okay, just give me a second. Right now, the Knicks are third in defense in the NBA. Right now, the Knicks are third in the league in defense. Right now, the Knicks are 14th in field goal percentage against. Right now, the New York Knicks are number 1 in field goals attempted. Right now, the Knicks are number 1 in field goals attempted. And what does that mean, right? What does that mean? What that means is that the Knicks pressure you so much in the half court that it's difficult to get shots up, and the anchor of that defense is Mitchell Robinson. Right? Right? The anchor of that defense is Mitchell Robinson. If you're 5th in the NBA in rebounds, you're the anchor of a defense. I would consider Mitchell Robinson in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. Should he win it? Who knows? It's all speculative. Right? Should Mitchell Robinson be the Defensive Player of the Year? I would like to see it. But it's all speculative. It's the eye test and analytics combined together. But if you, as a Knicks fan, watched a goofy 20-year-old who mismanaged his career from day one develop in a place where top 10 picks come to die, and I can name them. I can name Frank, Dennis Smith Jr. He wasn't ours, but we got him young. He flopped here. Knox flopped here. And the biggest bust in Knicks history, Obi Toppin, flopped here. Trash. But Mitchell Robinson, a goofy country Bama from down south, came here as a second-round pick. I love you, Mitch. Mitchell Robinson, I love you. I know y'all be watching this show, all that stuff. Mitch, you my guy. I'm just saying, I'm just putting emphasis on some stuff. Hey, Mitch, I love you, bro. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm messing, right? But a dude who botched his career early on develop into arguably the most valuable player on this team over time deserves some type of all-star conversation. Right? And I know what people are going to say, well, he was a second-round pick. He should have. No, second-round picks don't develop like that. Clee Anthony Early, Andy Routins, Landry Fields, Damian Dotson. Oh, Jericho Sims, Miles McBride, Rokas Jokovitis. Second-round picks don't develop into borderline all-star guys. They just don't. Mitchell Robinson's hands have developed. And he even dribbles in the dribble handoff. He never used to do that before. Mitchell Robinson is arguably the most important player on this roster. And for those that disagree with me even mentioning that, remember what Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson look like on defense. If you argue with the fact that Mitch is not arguably means there could be an argument made for or against that Mitch is arguably the most important player on this team, I think you're bananas. Because not only does he erase mistakes, he does it on a team-friendly contract. He does it on a team-friendly contract. And for all his immaturity over the years, he could have been way more immature. For all his immaturity over the years, he could have been flipping out that he's not getting the ball. There was a game this year, right? There was a game this season, that Mitchell Robinson had 15 rebounds and 0 points. In what fantasy realm do things like this occur? They don't. How can the Knicks put Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle on the floor at the same time without a Mitchell Robinson? Mitch is important, right? If you think Jalen Brunson is important to our offense, Mitchell Robinson is just as important, maybe more important to our defense. They balance each other out. They balance each other out. One guy is an ISO scorer supreme, right? And the other guy is a rangy, athletic, durable, shot blocking, recovery, eraser, rebounder, tough guy. And you have to give him his credit. And I understand what it is. You know, we live in an offense-centric world where it doesn't matter how bad your defense is if you score 30 points a game. If you take 30 shots a game and score 45, they will make you a saint. But if you take 0 shots and get 15 rebounds, they'll call you something else. Something that rhymes with some of my Mitch. And I do believe, I'm not sure, I do believe Mitchell Robinson's minutes are up. I think Mitchell Robinson's minutes are up. I'm just going to check just to be sure. You know, we like to fact check around here. We don't like just saying random stuff. Let's fact check. I believe his minutes are up, but let's fact check. Just waiting on, okay. All right. So Mitch is 20, 23, 27, 25, 26.9. Mitchell Robinson is playing 29.9 minutes a game. That's his career high. That's his career high. 29.9 minutes a game. Right? But here's the $1 million question. What makes Mitchell Robinson an all-star? Chat, what makes Mitchell Robinson an all-star? What makes Mitchell Robinson an all-star is the fact that Mitchell Robinson has a profound impact on every game he plays in. Mitchell Robinson has a profound impact on every game he plays in. I hear you guys all the time. I see y'all type in the chat all the time. The Knicks are too small, man. We need such and such. Man, Tibbs out here running this small lineup, man. Blase blah, man. The Knicks are too small, man. We need some size, man. Right? We say those things, right? But guess who is the final line of defense? All those things you said. The Knicks are too small, man. Josh Hart at the 4 ain't going to work, man. Jalen Brunson is too short, man. You know, man, DiVincenzo quickly, the team is too small. Well, guess who is at the rim deterring everything where you can run a fire ant defense? Because ultimately, that's what the Knicks are running. The Knicks are running a fire ant defense. Right? The Knicks are running a fire ant defense. Everybody's small, contesting everything. Everybody is protecting the anthill. Right? Everybody's scrambling. The ultimate goal is to allow nobody to get anything. It's the reason why the Knicks lead the NBA in shots allowed. They don't let you shoot. Who cares about misses? They won't let you shoot. I think sometimes we get caught up in what everything else looks like And when you're original, when you be true to yourself, right? People are like, no, you need to look like Fat Joe. No, no, we don't. No, you don't. Be you, be who you are, be yourself, be true to yourself. You don't have to be anybody else. Just be the best version of yourself. That's what the Knicks are doing with this fire ant defense. Scrambling, preventing shots, all that stuff. Shot clock violations, smothering every dribble, every pass, every shot. We think defense is just contesting a shot. It's not. Defense is contesting every dribble, every pass, every scheme, every cut. That's what defense is. Happy birthday, Bo. Y'all put some birthday cake. Put some birthday cakes in the chat. Put some birthday cakes in the chat for Mo. Happy birthday. I got to do better with the animations too. I should have had a birthday cake, a birthday animation queued up. I'm a slacker. I think I'm gonna work on that some this weekend. If you respect Tom Thibodeau's fire ant defense, where you can test every dribble, every cut, every pass, every shot, every screen, then you have to respect Mitchell Robinson for being the last line of defense. Because on the surface, it just seems like Mitchell Robinson just happens to be there to get the block or to deter a shot. When in theory, in reality, that's the way Tom Thibodeau drew it up. He wants the ball headed towards Mitch so Mitch can erase it. So if you say Jalen Brunson is a borderline all-star, if you say Julius Randle is a borderline all-star, if you say RJ Barrett is a borderline all-star, I'm here to tell you that that's fine. That's fine. That's fine on offense. But basketball is played on both sides of the court. I know we love offense. I'm not a fool. I've been watching sports for too long. I know we love offense. I know this. And I'm not even mad. If you love offense, love it. But what I'm going to say is basketball is played on both sides of the court. And one side of the court is just as important as the other side. Right? So if you feel like all offense is good, that's on you. If you feel like all defense is good, that's on you. What I'm going to say is basketball is played on both sides of the court. Both sides are important. Both sides are important. And for that reason, I say Mitchell Robinson should at least, I'm not saying he should be a top 20 vote getter. What I'm saying is we should start respecting Mitch and his grind and his hustle. Mitchell Robinson is to the Knicks is on defense is just as important as Jalen Brunson on offense. And I know that sounds like a stretch if you love offense. But if you love basketball, you know basketball is played on both sides of the court. Put some respect on Mitchell Robinson's name. And remember these late night conversations with your man, the number one Chief Rock in Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezie. Right? Remember these conversations that we have in these late nights. Right? Where we talk about real stuff. Right? I'm not going to ask you if you think RJ Barrett has gotten better. Hey, you think RJ has gotten better? I'm not going to ask y'all questions like that. I got too much respect for y'all. I'm not going to ask, you think this Knicks team can win a championship? This ain't that type of party. Right? This ain't that type of party. Right? Can Jalen Brunson make the All-Star team? Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's. I want to talk to y'all about expanding our thoughts and what we talk about, what we think about. Right? Want to expand our horizons some. I don't want to force feed you the same narrative that you've been hearing for the past 4 days from everybody and a mama that has a podcast or live stream on YouTube. I don't want to think that way. I don't want to force y'all to force stuff on y'all. What I will say though is I appreciate y'all being open-minded and free thinkers. I appreciate y'all being open-minded and free thinkers. I appreciate y'all participating in a conversation that challenges you to think beyond what you've been fed. So when I say things like, should Mitchell Robinson be in all-star consideration? I don't know. Should he? There's data that supports the aforementioned. There's data to support it. Why wouldn't a guy that plays 30 minutes a game, right, that is very low maintenance offensively, that is the captain of a defense that rebounds at a high rate, that moves more on defense than anybody else on the roster, that takes less than 5 shots a game playing with ball hogs, that is impactful. Now, how can that player not at least be in the all-star conversation? Right? Chris Middleton is in the all-star conversation, and he's been trashed for 2 years. Mitchell Robinson is not. And some people will say he's been the linchpin that has held this New York Knicks team together. Has it been a ISO guard that likes to score in isolation? No. It has been Mitchell Robinson. That's who it has been. All right. I closed out that window. It was doing some type of alarm in my ear. So before we move on to the next topic, man, I want to do a public service announcement, man. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's rough out here. It's rough out here for your boy. YouTube has changed around so many different things where the slightest little thing that we do, it's they restrict us from being human. So YouTube is looking to erase the human element, right? YouTube is looking to erase a lot of things from Blorange Tears and other content creators all over for any sport and all that stuff. So if you'd like to help channels like mine and channels like the Queen Bee, Dope Soul Sports Talk, and Nothin But Knicks, and channels like ours who are struggling kind of to even stay provide Knicks content, consider Cash Apping us. You can Cash App us at Cash App me at Blorange Tears, but not just me, all the Knicks content creators, all the stuff that you watch. Consider, I consider it like, and I'm not begging you guys for anything, and I don't want you guys to feel like I'm shaking you down because I'm not. But if you see me somewhere, right? If you see me at a game and you would buy me a beer or buy me Pepsi Cola or something, it's like the same effect, right? It's the same effect. Like if JJ see me in the garden and JJ like, no man, Uncle Freezie, no, I'll buy that Pepsi Cola. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Just consider it like that. Don't consider it as me doing a telethon, because that's not what I'm here for. But we do put a lot of time into this stuff, right? We do put a lot of time into this stuff, man, right? We try our very best to provide un-ESPN-like content, un-Fox-like content, right? Consider becoming a member of the channel to help us, pay for all these apps that we have to use, right? So we have to do apps for presentation, for live streaming, for data, for all these different things. We pay for these things out of pocket. So if you can contribute something. If you can't, don't worry about it. If you can, you want to help, bam, there you go. Right? But what I ask you to do, though, which shouldn't feel like a telethon, when you come in, hit the like button. Hit the like button. That way, because it's not about, like or dislike a conversation. It's like or dislike the total body of work. You're here for a reason. You're here for a reason. The reason why you're here is because you like the content overall. You may not agree with every conversation on every day, twice a day, but you like being here. And we like having you here. And if we like you being here and you like this type of content, then hitting the like button is what we should be doing like every time we come around, right? Because if we have a difference of opinion on something, right, that means we like talking about something together, even if we disagree on a topic and the content, right? So I had to put that out there. I recently I feel like I felt compelled to say these things because as we go on and on, I notice we're getting, and not just me, but others that are in this realm, we feel compelled and forced to say, hey, hit the like button. But we never, ever consider whether we are going to be here to rock the party for y'all. Queen B rocked today. She was sick. I talked to her earlier. I spoke to her early. She's sick, right? She's sick as a dog. But she's like, yo, Uncle Freezie, nah, man, I got to go on and do the show. And in my mind, I'm like, you sick. You should be at the hospital. That's my friend. You know what I'm saying? That's my friend. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you should be getting some, you know. But she's like, nah, man, we got to be there for the people. And so when we ask you to hit the like button, people out here, and she out here sick doing the show with a panel. And she's sick, and she asking people to hit the like button. Right? So with that said, I'm gonna move on, hit the like button, and subscribe, and consider Cash App. Man, listen, I'm not with the Cash App thing. I know I'm sounding like a telethon. Make sure Sam has been demonetized, and we know it's wrong. Right? We know it's wrong because we see channels all the time doing similar stuff as Nothin But Knicks, and they're not demonetized. So we know it's political. Right? We know it's a political thing. It's a somebody whining behind the scenes type issue. Right? Somebody whining behind the scenes that Nothin But Knicks is dope. And they're trying to eliminate people and all that type of stuff. Right? But listen. Help us help y'all. If y'all want dope content like this, rocking in the early morning hours, Knicks talk, honest and forthright. And even if we disagree, you know, when I talk to you, I'm being genuine. Right? So just consider it, man. Consider supporting all these Knicks. You know who they are. You know, it's your Nick of Time show. It's your CK2K. It's your Nothin But Knicks. It's your 718 boys. Just consider supporting. And I appreciate y'all listening to that. So now I'm going to do this. I'm going to throw this right here and there. And then I'm going to ask y'all this. So we're at 2 hours, right? And so I'm going to ask y'all one more thing, right? Do you guys want to talk about politics in the garden, or you want to talk about something really light? Should we talk about politics in the garden? Should we talk about politics in the garden, or should we talk about who the Knicks play next? Should we talk about politics in the garden, or should we talk about Knicks versus Charlotte? So what do you guys want to do? Knicks, y'all want to talk about the garden politics or talk about Charlotte? All right. So we got Charlotte. Oh, politics. Okay. 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 Looks like we'll talk about. So the Knicks play Charlotte Sunday at 12. Terry Rozier is out. LaMelo is struggling. Brandon Miller is struggling. Okay. JT Thor. Okay. Okay. Bully says split it. No, I'm only gonna do one. If I do the politics one, I need like 90 minutes, at least 2 hours on that, right? But if I do Charlotte, I'm just gonna rock for like 15 minutes and get out of here. Ain't nothing to talk about in Charlotte. Matter of fact, I'll be in Charlotte this weekend. As a matter of fact, I'll be in Charlotte watching the Knicks play in New York. How about that? That's strange. I'll be in Charlotte the next 2 weekends. And so I'll be in Charlotte the next 2 weekends, man. I'll be in Charlotte for the game. When is that game? Is it a Friday or Saturday? I don't know. Okay, so Charlotte, so the Knicks play at Charlotte 6 p.m. on Saturday. So I'll be there for that, I think. But I won't be able to make the Wizards one. I won't be able to do Atlanta and DC and Charlotte. I won't be able to do so. I can only do one. So I'm gonna do the Charlotte one, and then figure out what I'm gonna do in December. All right, so Charlotte it is. We'll talk Charlotte. We'll just rock for a few more minutes and then get out of here since y'all want to talk Charlotte. Okay. So what is there to be said about Charlotte that we have not said about every young lottery team in the NBA? Ooh, they have a piece, a rising star. Oh, they have a young, impressive rising star. Ooh, whoop-de-doo. What else? Oh, they had a high draft pick this year. Ooh, whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo. What else? What else? What else about young rebuilding teams? Oh, they can't figure it out. They have a losing record. Oh, yeah. Y'all get where I'm going with it? All these young teams, man, they are all the same. Right? They're all the same. Oh, their young best player wears number 1. I don't know. Charlotte, LaMelo wear number 1 or number 2. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know. I don't care. Oh, their young star they just drafted is struggling. Ooh. What else is new? We're gonna see the same thing when we see Washington. Oh, their young star is struggling. He shoots too much. Their defense is bad. The arena is half empty. Oh, but look at their uniforms. Personally, I'm gonna just keep it. I'm gonna just keep it a buck, right? The Knicks on the well-rested Knicks team is gonna wipe the floor with Charlotte, right? A well-rested Knicks team is gonna absolutely blitz. Right? They're going to absolutely blitz this young team. It's the same thing with all these young teams. Oh, they have a young guy on the bench that deserves minutes. They're the same team. Everybody the same. San Antonio, Charlotte, Portland, the Wizards, all of them the same. The Knicks are going to wipe the floor with them come Sunday at 6 o'clock, whatever time it is. Right? We're going to wipe the floor with them. Mitchell probably get 17 rebounds. Right? Julius Randle will be guarded by Terry Rozier is out. Cody Martin is out. Miles Bridges is suspended. Gordon Hayward is day-to-day. I mean, so Julius Randle will probably be guarded by P.J. Washington. And all that means is Randle will probably go for 25 and 15. Man. JJ, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I got to talk all night. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Let me see if I'm gonna see if YouTube hit me with the karate chop. They probably did. YouTube may have hit me with the karate chop already. Man, I got to talk about separate topic. Okay. All right, let me see here. Okay. Okay, YouTube, I see you. YouTube out here. I'm in a safe place. YouTube doing anything? YouTube ain't bothering me tonight. That's dope. Oh, snap. So we got a man backstage. Hold on, y'all. Let me. Things going good. YouTube was leaving me alone. Views is okay. All right. Just looking at stuff in real time. Yeah. Look out your window. Knicks fans is on your block. Y'all know the Knicks run the city. Pull them shades back. Look out your window. Look down there on the block. That's Knicks fans right there. It's about that time. It's about that time of the week where you get ready for your work week with the man that is so smooth he does not require a chaser. Your main man, the real, still the real Anthony D. And your main man, Jersey's finest, the hood representative, Uncle Freezie. Yo. Yo, we cruising, man. We cruising.
Still the hottest. That's my joint for 2 o'clock in the morning. Stop playing. Hold on, please. I'm back in 30 seconds.
Yeah. You talking about hold on. We're not holding on the show. Just go do what you gotta do. AD someone hold the show. I gotta go pee. Relax, bro. We cruising, bro. YouTube ain't bothered. We've been rocking for 2 hours. YouTube ain't bothered us. You know what I'm saying? We talking that talk the way that Knicks fans like to have that talk to them. We hitting topics. The Knicks should go after LeBron or consider putting LeBron James on the radar. We out here talking about should Mitchell Robinson be considered an all-star? I mean, yo, that's just dope, man. That's just dope. That's just dope, man. You know what I mean? I just feel like we probably just in a good spot.
Yes, we are.
We just in a good spot rocking. I'm just glad YouTube ain't trying to shut me down now.
What they trying to shut you down for, Freezie?
Bro, every time we come on,
really?
we rock for like 6 minutes and YouTube just come after us.
Oh.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
That's crazy, but hey.
It is what it is. I ain't worried.
We keep moving.
Yeah.
We keep moving.
Yeah.
Salute, Uncle Freezie. You the hardest working man in the business, yo.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I tell you that, yo.
So yeah. Hey, are you in the crew that feels like we shouldn't even consider LeBron James?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't. He's one of those things. It's like it would have been like seeing Michael Jordan in a Knicks jersey.
Right.
Not that I wouldn't have accepted it, but with the LeBron thing, how many times has he walked you down the aisle? How many times has he flirted with you?
Right.
Only to tell you, nah. You know what I'm saying? Only to tell you, nah.
Yeah.
You remember when he was with Reebok and he debuted the LeBron Apple 4s or something like that? Whatever it was, some ugly business. Whatever it was. The Knicks gave him at Madison Square Garden his own little press conference to debut the sneakers. Where did they do that at?
Knicks are crazy.
You remember when they rolled in the geriatric one?
Oh, jeez.
When supposedly Dolan told LeBron that he could make him a billionaire? Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember that? Then when Dolan had to dispatch, he had to get on the phone and find Isaiah's number. Isaiah, get down there. I don't think that wheelchair presentation did it. Get down there. You black. He black. Go talk some brother stuff to him. Get down there.
Right. Yeah.
How many he's been and this was the one thing when the Phil Jackson era that I thought was totally out of bounds by a legendary coach with all the rings. You're not coaching the team. LeBron is a free agent. One of LeBron's best buddies is on the team. And what do? You insult him from afar. You not only insult him, you insult him and his crew.
Yeah.
The posse, which I didn't think the posse was a big deal or whatever, but it was how it was laid out.
Right.
If there's anybody that you would think a legendary player would want to have a conversation with, would be a legendary coach.
Right.
But what do? You don't tap into Melo like, a Melo, can we get this? Can this work? That's your man.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Can we do something here? I can't coach, I can't walk, but we're gonna you know what I'm saying? I can't coach, I can't walk. We're gonna hire whoever he want, and we're gonna scrap the legendary triangle. How about that?
Yeah.
I think we need to save this for Old School Sunday.
We can't because the Knicks play Sunday at 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's weird. So we play it at 12, but
We're gonna
the
step
LeBron thing. The
We're gonna
LeBron
step
thing.
into the 718 boys time slot. We taking your time slot. That's what we.
Yeah, they just took it.
No, I'm just joking. Salute.
You said
Willie,
they don't.
Corey, y'all got the second best intro in the game.
Yeah, they got like the fourth best intro in the game, bro.
I think they got the second. Corey's intro was bananas.
I like the Knicks at Night podcast one. I like that one. I like the Knicks at Night podcast one.
No, that's how. But Corey's intro was bananas. Corey's intro was just straight funk.
Right. Okay.
It just.
Yeah.
You know that you step into the club and the right song is playing at the right time.
Oh yeah, it's a joint called "Set It Off" by Strafe. Set It Off. Yeah, man. When you, just hearing it, bro, it just sets you like, okay.
For me,
when you hear them whistles and the dude saying, "Y'all want this party started right?" You're like, okay, all right.
Mean. That's another time, another era.
Yeah.
For me, it's Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
I love Odyssey.
Yeah.
It's one of the groups that we. We don't talk about.
Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
At what point do the Knicks need to go get a superstar?
25 years ago. Thank you for that. Thank you. You wanted me to slam dunk that? How'd you want it? How'd you want it? The alley-oop? You wanted the reverse 720?
Yes. Yes, bro. Because the reason why I ask specifically is because there is a sect of Knicks fans that think we should continue to grow this thing organically.
These are the same ones who think Grimes is a ham sandwich.
Grimes is a ham sandwich.
Well, if he's a ham sandwich, then shouldn't you want to try a different meal?
Hey, brother, you preaching to the choir.
You know, how many times have you gone out to a restaurant and had to send the food back?
Yeah. Grimes is, and I'm saying a temporary ham sandwich. I'm not saying long term because I don't know.
I don't know. We don't know. But how long are we gonna keep Freezie? How many times have you said I don't want to hear nothing about no damn young core?
Yeah, right. How many times have we had a young core conversation?
We have drugged it out the grave, planted it, drugged it out, planted it, watered it.
Beat it to death, bro. We beat it to death.
We done sang, how could I say goodbye?
Every year,
we done did that every year.
Every year. That's what we do.
I don't want to hear that. So in your theory with the LeBron thing, you know what? I would jump on that. I would chase that dream because why? The one thing he means to your organization is this: it's first class, all the way.
Validation,
it's first class. He's going to force you to bring, especially he's older now too.
Yeah,
he don't want the best of the best to play with.
Right?
Like, nah. We gotta.
And they're coming too, and they're going to show up.
So for your theory, you know what? Yeah. Let me get off and switch trains. I'm on your train. Get off,
bro. It makes
absolutely.
It makes too much sense for the Knicks fan base that we're not going to get Giannis. We're not going to get no franchise is going to trade you a megastar.
They're just not.
That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It sounds ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous.
Right. And so Knicks fans are saying, well, we'll trade for OG Anunoby. Really? You're going to trade all of that for a guy that may not be better than RJ Barrett?
Mm.
Is that your king?
Mm.
Yeah, we're ridiculous with some of the commentary, bro. Yeah, we're ridiculous with the commentary.
But you know what it is though, Freezie, is that this management has had ample opportunity to be playing against Boston for the Eastern Conference Finals. They've had ample opportunity to be right there, and every time something else goes awry.
Right.
And I'm not even going back 10 years. I'm just talking about this management.
Right.
There's a reason. There's always that you could absolutely count the Knicks down when the next player leaves, when the message is going to come across as to why. You can count it down. You can count it down from who is going to say. You can predict. You can say the talking heads, and now there's even that amongst the podcasters now to justify. As to why he didn't do that, why Bradley Beal was. Remember when World Wide West was supposed to have the inside track and he was. Right. Remember that story? Right. I'm like, yo, how can you believe this story, even if it's true, Freezie? Right? At that point in time, he was a Knicks employee.
Right.
That would be tempering.
Right. Right.
See what I'm saying? As my great grandmother used to say all the time, you have to pick sense from nonsense.
Right.
How could that story even be true? When when at that time he's a Knick employee.
Right. Right. It just makes too much. In my mind, it just makes too much sense to go after LeBron and show the league that you are a legitimate title chaser. Because now we look like the little engine that could. And those types of stories are only good for the moment. Those are fleeting stories. You can't build a reputation in business off of we tried real hard. People want winners. You don't hang banners and ceilings for teams that tried real hard.
You just don't. You remember them in your heart. You remember the moments and stuff, but that's just...
They have their place.
They have their place.
But not in the rafters though.
And I'm I'm gonna get all the way in with this LeBron thing, right?
Right.
I've always said this about him, where not his play per se, but as far as the campaign to be the GOAT. Right? You go to LA, winning a championship in LA it's not special.
It's like the Dodgers winning the World Series. It don't mean nothing.
It doesn't mean anything because where do you rank it in all of those that came before you?
Right.
You ain't never taken the heart. You ain't never taken Kobe out of their heart.
No.
You ain't never moving Magic. You ain't never moving Kareem.
Right.
Maybe you could slide through Worthy or something like that. Whatever. Will.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's just not. It wouldn't have been special at the time. I'm like, yo, dude. The only way you're gonna legitimately get that groundswell to be like, you're the guy,
right, is
to go to the place where kings are made.
Right.
You understand? Where there was a throne there waiting for you.
Right.
You know, and it's not like you wouldn't be able to be like, you know, you're gonna pick who you want from who you don't want.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? It's like it didn't make any sense to me at that time, but you know, he wanted to do the movies or whatever, and every movie he's done has been absolute.
Right.
That man had the nerve to remake House Party. If they would have ever signed him, that'd be the first conversation we'd have to have after he put the ink on the paper.
Right.
Really?
I mean,
like after you watched it when they made it, you really thought that you didn't have enough money just to watch that, like put that
this was something, yeah,
straight to video. How you gonna do that to House Party?
Mello did Ninja Turtles, and it was trash. But you know, my thing is with LeBron, it's not about like I think what people think when I say LeBron, I think they think about an aging 3/4 that is on the downside of a Hall of Fame career. Nah. What I'm telling Knicks fans is Knicks fans, as long as you've been alive, you've never had a player don a jersey that was in the greatest player of all time conversation.
Yeah.
Ever. Larry Bird never wore a Knicks jersey.
Never.
Right? Wilt Chamberlain never wore a Knicks jersey. Michael Jordan never wore a Knicks jersey, bro.
No.
Kobe Bryant never wore a Knicks jersey.
No.
Right? Bill Russell never wore a Knicks jersey.
No.
And we out here thumbing our nose up at LeBron because we can't wait for RJ Barrett to develop.
No. Like I said earlier, Freezie, it's what transpired with him before and the different pieces. You see what I'm saying? But if you're really trying to win, you'd have to forget that.
Right.
You'd have to let that rock. Like, not only gonna sign you, I'm gonna draft your son.
Yep. And not only am I gonna, and here's the thing, here's where things start to get crazy. Not only am I gonna bring you here, I'm also gonna allow you to be in the decision-making process. Oh, you want Anthony Davis? Okay, we'll trade everything for Anthony Davis.
We'll trade everything Anthony Davis.
You know why? You know why I say that, right? Because we had a front office in place for going in their fourth season, and the crown gem for them, right? Their crowning achievement is drafting Obi. That's their move. Bro.
No, their
Obi topping.
Their move is Brunson.
That can't be the move. No.
Their move is
Brunson. No, AD.
Their move was Brunson. And you see what they had to do. And you see what they had to do to get him.
No, AD, please don't tell me Jalen Brunson was their best move. If you're telling me Jalen Brunson was their best move.
To date?
No.
That's obvious. To date? No. Absolutely.
No,
it's not even worth discussion. To date? And their timeline from their beginning till now, absolutely.
Bro, do you know what the Jalen Brunson move looked like in real time?
It looked like they kept him out the way. It looked like they kept him out the way. He really, when Dallas didn't show him the love, that he wanted, and the Knicks was right there. It was a family affair, and it worked for him.
Right.
And in real time, it just looked like, because remember, there were some people that were saying, you're going to give him $107 million?
Right.
Really?
No, bro, this can't be it.
This is their move.
Julius Randle was at the Utah Jazz Dallas Mavericks game with Worldwide West on the court. Randall had on a Letterman jacket.
Yep.
That's how sophomorish this thing looked.
Yep.
You are on the floor recruiting actively during a playoff game. You remember how sophomorish that looked?
Absolutely.
How junior high that looked?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then you wonder why both organizations were taking their shots at you. Right? Now you wonder why you didn't get Donovan Mitchell? That may have been why. You wonder why Mark Cuban pushed the case that y'all were tampering? That is why.
That is why. That is why. Because all you needed to hear was to listen to Perry. To Perry 2 weeks ago. With his nonsense.
Yeah, Perry crazy.
And he was a part of the Brain Trust.
Yeah, he crazy, bro. He crazy for even suggesting something.
For even suggesting that. He was a part of the Brain Trust.
He crazy for even suggesting such a thing, bro. Why would you even suggest? Why would you even put that out there? Right? Why did he just slide into oblivion? Right? Why would you suggest adding to? He was the guy, he can't lead a team by himself.
Because
idiot.
He's mad that they
idiot. You're not trading 15 for 1.
He's mad that they let him go.
Yeah, he probably bitter.
He's salty that they let. But the one thing I'm going to say for Perry is, if you ever wanted a pass back into the Garden, let me tell you, that was revoked.
Yeah, he burnt his own bridge.
You burnt that bridge, my guy.
Right.
Like Dolan likes it silent. Like you leave, whatever. We gonna keep the relationship. You'll show up to the, what's the band name again? The
short shots. Was it nice and smooth? Is that who it is?
JD and it's JD and something.
And King and Chill is Super Lover Steve Casanova Rudd. That's what it is. Super Lover Steve Casanova Rudd.
Dre would know because Worldwide is his godfather.
Right.
Right. You gotta ask him about that. Like, why was Worldwide on the opponent's home floor recruiting exactly?
Actively
recruiting.
In front of everyone.
Bro,
Randall is there with a Letterman jacket on. You already look sophomorish. It looked like a scene from an 80s movie, bro. It looked like a scene from one of those teenage movies.
What? All the right moves.
Yeah. Bro, it looked like Breakfast Club out there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do that to Breakfast Club. I love Breakfast Club. And all the right moves. I love it. Come
on, man. We can, at some point, man. Yo, go get LeBron. LeBron's gonna try to take over the front office. We already know that's what he's gonna do.
He wouldn't try. He would be a part of it.
Right.
It would in real time. You know what it would look like, but it's I think even on a bigger scale, it would look like what Rodgers is to the Jets.
Yeah,
he's not even playing, and the influence.
Yeah, but do they know who? That's an excellent comparison too, bro.
He's not even playing, and the influence. So imagine that guy in the uniform.
Yeah.
In the city, all around, he's immediately like, if I'm gonna give him a tail, I'm like, yo, dude, look what these Jet fans, how they embrace this dude. Like, believe it, the entire city, they would have a coronation to you to like each stop you go West 4th. They had to take West 4th and up to the Rucker and
right. Bro, you think Jets fans are buying Aaron Rodgers jerseys right now?
Oh, absolutely.
And he has a torn Achilles.
Bionic man. Don't let him touch. Don't let him touch the floor. Don't let him touch the dirt this year, Freezie. I'm telling you.
Right.
I am telling you, they're going to absolutely think this man will walk on water.
Right.
Do not let this man hit the field again this season.
If the
You hear me?
Jets
It would
somehow,
be. It would. I'm telling you, the fan base would be in some type of just euphoric
bro,
bodyguard.
they be playing Jesus Walks when he come on the
Yes,
field, bro.
There's absolutely.
Everybody, Jets fans will be like,
They gonna lose
Jesus
their minds.
Walks.
They gonna lose their minds.
They will
They're gonna
lose
they're
their
gonna
mind.
absolutely lose their minds. Telling you.
Right. Right.
Every time he sends out one of those videos, now he's dropping back and wiggling it.
Right. Right.
Throwing it deep.
Right.
You can't tell a Jet fan he's not coming back this year. You can't tell him that he's not coming back this year.
And he gonna say, "Don't call it a comeback." I've been.
Kudos to him. Kudos to him. We're in an era where guys, and then I don't want to kill the players for taking days off, Freezie. You understand? But that's just not the era where we come from.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you look at these great players from yesteryear, look at their games played.
Right.
High 70s to all.
Right.
Like,
right.
At best, somebody would miss 5 games.
Right.
If it wasn't something serious.
And people would complain about it. He missed 5 whole games.
It's 5 whole games.
Yeah.
Unheard of.
Yeah.
That's why we remember so many of Ewing's moments so vividly. You know why? He played every game.
He played every game.
On 2 bad knees.
On 2 bad knees.
For 15 years.
For 15 years. Yep. Yep.
That's the difference.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. If Patrick Ewing can wear number 6 for the Orlando Magic,
oh God,
LeBron James can wear number 6 for the New York Knicks.
Oh, that was so ugly, though. No. He would look right in this uniform.
Right.
He would look absolutely right. I've seen the different amount of times over the years that when they do that with the still when they put the uniform.
Talking about the Photoshop when he photoshopped him in
his
jersey.
He would look right. He looked like it would, but they're not. This management is not. They're not desperate enough to offer that because LA, as presently constituted, doesn't have enough to beat Denver.
No.
Okay, forget about everybody else. I'm just talking about LA. They don't have enough to beat Denver. So, are they going to go at it again? Is LeBron willing to go at it again? AD's locked in, but are they going to go at it again with that? Maybe you have a way in. You have a selling point.
Hey, man.
It takes creativity. It takes someone who thinks out the box. You can't have guys in your camp who's talking about 25-year-old Donovan Mitchell. And you can't see when I didn't even hear the entire interview because to me, if I'm interviewing him, I'm gonna ask him this like flat out, like, dude, how can you really say that you weren't in on Donovan when you didn't give RJ his money till after that deal crashed?
Because it's a lie, bro.
Because it's a lie.
Right. Yeah.
Are you gonna sit here and lie? Are you gonna sit here and lie to me? Like I would lose it on him on an interview. I'm like, yo, dude, what am I? Like, come on, what is this?
AD, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I've been in corporate America or in professional settings for about 35 years at least, right? Right. When you count organizations, I work for major banks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say their name, but I work for three of them. 2 of them merged. So 3 of the largest banks. One is one of the largest banks in the world, and one was one of the largest banks on the West Coast. And they merged with one of the largest banks on the East Coast, right?
Okay.
And then they merged with Chase. Yeah. So So Fleet, Washington Mutual, and Chase. So I worked for all of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the thing is with them, with that is,
They came and went, boy.
yeah, but that, man, the money was good, man. What,
They came and went, yo.
bro, you talking about? But yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
it was one of the largest on the West Coast. Fleet was one. Remember, Fleet's name was all over these arenas and stuff on the East Coast.
Yeah.
But anyways, bro, when things went wrong,
Mm-hmm.
they sounded like Scott Perry's interview,
Oh.
right? Like you know how you anticipate one thing, you make these promises, all these promises. You promised me for like 8 months, and then when things go wrong, it sounds like Scott Perry's interview, right?
Yeah.
And so you're like, man, it looks so genuine. No, these dudes are they know how to relate in public. They know how to do that. Basically, they know about the public relations thing. They know PR.
They should know something to go home with that check. You better know something.
Yeah. You don't become an executive by accident, right? You don't fall backwards into it, right? So the Donovan Mitchell thing clearly is them, and Knicks fans, and surprise. I'm gonna let y'all in on a surprise. For one, I think Scott Perry is lying, but two, if he's telling the truth, that means Donovan Mitchell is never going to be a Knick. Have you thought about that, AD? What if he's telling the truth?
Not now.
No. I'm just saying. Just what if the Knicks organization feels like Donovan Mitchell is not good enough? That means he'll never be a Knick.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say duh, but they already did that. Duh.
Right. Okay.
Right?
I'm saying, yeah.
But they already answered that question.
Yeah.
Because if they thought he was that guy, they would have pulled the trigger.
They would have.
They would have pulled the trigger.
But
Scott Perry told you what the organization felt.
And I'm thinking that he was probably in the contingent that wanted to pull the trigger but wasn't allowed to. And now he's not here anymore. And now he's replaced.
Yeah,
just food for thought.
But what do you have? Do you have a more of him not being there? Do you have a more cohesive front office? Like, what was they never really said why they let him go.
No, they just didn't extend him. He was never a part of the long-term plan anyway.
I never understood why they kept him.
Right, me either.
I never understood why they kept him.
I guess they needed respectability around the league.
But they had already hired, like, before a ball went up in the air, he'd already spent like $15 to $20 million hiring all these top level guys.
Right.
From Utah to this one to that one.
Right.
You mean to tell me that Perry was that vital that you had to keep Perry? You had to keep Perry?
I don't know.
What did Perry accomplish up until that time? He hired Fizdale.
Oh my God! Every time I hear, yeah, Fizdale is ridiculous.
The one thing about Fizdale, it seems like though it has faded into the back. Like his time here has really faded into the back. So maybe that's why Perry was able to last as long as he did.
The sting, it doesn't.
The sting kind of like faded. People don't really think about it anymore because it was such a shell shock,
right?
That he was that bad, and they were that bad. When you got Noah Vonleh and Mario Hezonja.
Emmanuel Mudiay.
Emmanuel Mudiay.
Enes Kanter. Yeah.
And you know how you know we are really truly Knicks fans because we would try and piece it in our minds on a daily basis if this team could get a victory with that mess, with that absolute mess.
With that mess, bro.
Like you can't make that up. You really can't. You really cannot.
Yo, some of the things
we deserve better. We deserve better.
Yeah, and some of the things, just really quick before I get out of here, some of the things are so outlandish, and we sit through it. It makes you wonder. It makes you question. It makes you question Knicks fans, right? Why did you sit through this mess? If you know the end result is going to be the same end result, right? It's like watching All in the Family over and over and over. Yo, I used to watch All in the Family all over that and Seinfeld.
Still do.
Right?
I still watch All in the Family.
The Jeffersons. I used to over and over and over again.
Still do.
Right? I know every time George. Listen, it's so predictable. And this is the Knicks. I already know every time George and Weezy be arguing over business, I know a laugh track is going to come in. And Florence is going to say something smart. You know what I'm saying? Right. Florence is going to say something like, well, if you wasn't a fool, you know what I'm saying? I already know all this stuff. And it's like, that's what it's like watching the Knicks over and over and over again. You watch the same thing over and over and over again. You think something's different going to play out. But no, it's going to be the same thing. It's the same thing. Over and over, right? What it's going to look like at the end of the season. If we don't make a move, it's going to look like Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle need help to get over the hump. And then we're going to go into that cycle. Well, what superstar is available? We have assets. And then the speculation begins all over. Well, Joel Embiid is disgruntled. They only won 70 games. He mad they lost in the second round. All over again. The draft is going to come. We're not going to draft a soul. Right? We're going to make a stupid trade, move things back, probably get rid of somebody's salary. And then it's going to be like, okay, well, at least they added Sadiq Bey.
Yeah, at least they added a piece.
Right.
And they'll go at it again, you know, to where you're only getting 2 second-round picks for Obi Toppin.
Right. Right.
That's
what it's going to be. And
I think Grimes will be that. So Grimes will be the next Obi Toppin. You'll wait too long. You know, you'll wait too long. Like, remember some of the stories that you heard last year in the Donovan thing? Oh, the Knicks didn't want to put Grimes in that deal. What? Are you mad?
I'm sad.
And I'm a Grimes and I'm a Grimes guy, right? I don't care.
I didn't know you ate pork. You eat pork?
Well, I guess. Well, I'm like, you can't believe this. What? Right. And what sane person would keep Grimes out of a Donovan Mitchell trade? Like, let that be the holdup.
I don't know. AD, brother, I gotta get out of here. It's gonna be a long day, man. Today's a travel day for me, so
absolutely. Yeah, travel safely, sir. It was good rocking out as always.
Yeah, man. Hey, everybody, remember to hit that like button. Continue to support your Knicks content creators. We are truth tellers in a sense. Like, we try to relate our truths to you. And if you like stuff like that, man, just keep rocking with us. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button, man. We out of here. Peace, y'all.